In this video, I'm going to explain why using forced discipline to reach your goals may be detrimental to your fulfillment and your success. I'm going to show you how using a simple but powerful mindset and heart set shift can change how productive, creative, and enjoyable your work is. And if you adopt this new approach, and I give you a 3-step guide in this video, you may never look at discipline the same way again, and more importantly, you may never need it. Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Dominic. I'm a PhD philosophy student, and on this channel, I help men cultivate the rare qualities that set them apart from others so they can live lives of depth, meaning, and excellence. So we all have dreams and aspirations, and one way to get there is just sheer discipline. We can adopt the mantra of discipline from people like Jocko Willink or Goggins or Hormozy, and I too did this. I became very productive. However, I suppressed my emotional reactions to my work, I lost sleep, and at the end of every day, I just felt exhausted. And not only that, I was near burnout and also produced less creative and less meaningful work. So I thought that there must be another way. Since then, I've made the mindset and heart set shift from discipline to devotion. And I found that this has made me more productive to the point where I don't actually even need discipline anymore. It's made me more creative, and it's made my work more emotionally aligned with how I feel and my intuitive self. So in this video, I'd like to share my reasons why I think you should make the shift from discipline to devotion and show how it's benefited my life and how I think it will benefit yours too. Discipline is goal orientated. Discipline is focused on a finite and specific end goal, or the pursuit of the perfect plan or path. Now, I find in my life that this creates a kind of rigidity. It actually blocks you from being creative or experiencing new things or deviating and making slight changes that might actually make your work in the moment, but also the end goal at which you arrive in, better. Devotion is value-based. Approaching your work in a devotion-based approach actually allows you to use your values in your work, and it allows you to be more creative. It's not so repressive or rigid. Now, if one of your values, for example, is creativity or spontaneity or freedom of thought, then this really opens up the doors for you approaching your work, which are grounded in those values and will lead to more creative and meaningful work. And if you'd like even more weekly tips on how to be a man of excellence, sign up to my free weekly newsletter, link in the description. Discipline is repressive. Discipline is only focused on the end goal. It's focused on the path, the straight path to that end goal. And while that can be great, I found that in my life, it actually is problematic because it's inflexible. It doesn't allow the emotional responses that we need in order to create meaningful work. Having a non-emotional response for a robot is fine, but as humans, we need an emotional connection to our work, and by forcing ourselves to work in this disciplined way actually blocks and prevents our emotional connection to our work and also hinders our intuition. Our intuition is so important in order to guide us and lead us to places that we didn't actually know that we were even going in the first place. So emotion and intuition are so important to create meaningful work. Devotion is harmonious. Now, devotion allows us to gently steer ourselves on our way to the same goal, but allows us to use our emotion and our intuition in making slight changes and slight adjustments, and even slightly moving the end goal to where we are going. And this is very important, especially in creative work, but I think in all aspects of our life. We don't want to have a rigid, focused, we can only end up in one place. We want to have the opportunity to use our intuition to guide us and help us land on the most meaningful and fulfilling goal, not just the predetermined one. Discipline is fueled by fear. Discipline essentially is fueled by fear and negative emotions. It is focused on what you should do. It is negative in the sense that it's always telling you that you should be doing something, and if you don't live up to it, you have somehow failed. And I found that for me this has been problematic because I can set a standard today. I can tell myself that I want to achieve X, Y, and Z tomorrow, but the truth is that life needs to be more flexible. Devotion is input driven. Devotion means that we approach our work from an input source, from what is meaningful, what is valuable, what is enjoyable, and what is fulfilling. And I found that by doing this, my output has actually exponentially increased. Because I'm putting more meaning and more value and the work is more fulfilling itself, my output is just increasing and is higher than if I just used brute force discipline. Discipline is finite. When we rely on discipline, we rely on extrinsic motivation or sheer willpower to reach our goals and complete our tasks. But the problem is that this is finite, and number two, it uses up all of our mental and emotional resources and leaves us drained and exhausted at the end of the day. I found that by just willing myself into work, I don't really enjoy the work, and I can only reach a limit of productivity or discipline, which I know that I probably could surpass using a different method. Devotion is self-sustaining. When we approach our work from the perspective of devotion, we find that it's far more self-rewarding. The work is far more rewarding in itself. It also inspires action. It motivates us from within to continue to work and to continue to develop. And this is going to be far more sustainable over a long period of time. So I found this new approach for me far more self-rewarding. I inspire my own action. I'm no longer reliant on external motivation or sheer willpower. I'm able to work at a higher productivity level, and I'm able to sustain this over a much longer period of time. Okay, so what are the 3 steps that you can use to adopt this new mindset, heart set approach of devotion to your work and life? So step 1, we need to redefine our relationship to our work. We need to redefine it so we're connected with mind, body, and spirit. We need to redefine it from discipline and move over to devotion. We need to be devoted to our work. Someone who is devoted to their work doesn't need discipline because they are so devoted, they are so intrinsically motivated. The discipline does not play a role. Step 2, we need to focus on our core values through our internal choices, our life, and our work. We need to make sure that our work is in an alignment with that which is meaningful for us. We want to make work an expression of our values. We don't want our work to be in conflict with our values. That way, our output will be very high, but we'll always feel true and connected to our work because it will express who we truly are. Step 3, we want to be in harmony with our emotions and our intuition. We want to approach our work from the perspective of devotion that accepts and allows our experiences of emotional response to what we're doing. And we also want to make sure that we are aware of our intuition and we're not suppressing our inner heart in relation to our work. We want to use both of these as guides to direct us in our pursuit of our goals and that which is meaningful for us. And if we are working in an alignment with our emotions and our intuition, it's going to make the work we're doing far more meaningful in the moment, and it's also going to make sure that we don't arrive at an end goal which we predetermined, but through the process we no longer want to arrive at. So those are all the reasons why I think that we should be not focusing on discipline, but we should be focusing on devotion. by changing my mindset, heart set shift to a devotional approach to work has allowed me to find much more meaning and fulfillment and be more harmoniously connected with my emotions and my intuition in the work itself. And if you found this video helpful, you might also like this video, why you should follow your purpose, not productivity. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.